Thank you to the producers who make this mess possible. So, Wes Watson. This dude has been showing up everywhere in my feed as a lol cow, as a punching bag. But I think it's always worth asking who it is that's actually following these people. So I got his YouTube pulled up, got his Instagram pulled up, his TikTok. Let's see what's in here. And if we can hopefully maybe talk to some of his fans, wouldn't be the worst thing. Pump is the cure. This is what he recommends everyone watch first, so let's give him the benefit of the doubt there.
So some of you guys who follow me on Instagram or not, I go to the gym with that ink that scares motherfuckers on the street because they're walking vaginas with their tampons falling out. But whatever, cancel me for that too. Pre-workout, 20 minutes before we lift. This is a second time training today.
Is this where that pre-workout trend came from?
Shut the fuck up.
It's how everybody fucking eating that.
Fucking meth in prison.
It just sounds like another boomer getting mad about the kids these days being snowflakes or some crap. I'm wondering who his target demographic is with this. Here we go. Looks like this was posted 2 years ago. Here's one Prizzo comment from 2 years ago. I've been watching Wes from the park bench to the penthouse to the mansion with acreage. I see him as my YouTube therapist, and it's free. God bless this man. Who is this guy? Based on the fact that his name is You Mad Bro Haha, and he has 1 subscriber, I'm going to guess that he's just a troll. And that's the #1 comment on Wes's, like, the video on his homepage. Alright, I mean, not necessarily bad. Let's keep looking, Same here. Most people don't know about his other Chanel from way back, Walking the Yard. But they will now, when Wes was walking his parents' neighborhood recording his message. But yeah, my online mentor is what I call him to my friends. And it's, again, he doesn't sound like anything more than just some boomer yelling at you that you're a snowflake. How many car leases you have? It is the cure. Watched you from the start. Now you're like a Liver King 2.0. Man, I'm like, it's like 50% trolls and 50% genuine fans. And when it's usually that ratio, you never know if the genuine fans themselves are just actually trolls, you know, like playing a long game. The absolute epitome of the disciplined, free-thinking, unshakable man. What a role model and positive influence the man is having on all of us. Outstanding. 23 replies. Legend bro. Real men don't go to prison. They go to work and put family first. Another response. Learn about Wes's story before you make comments on something you don't know anything about. But obviously you're right. Real men don't go to prison. Not everyone is the same. Alright, so this seems like one of his actual fans. Gunter Severlow. Let me see.
How to set up the Eden Editor Respawn module. What's up, everybody?
2.5 thousand subscribers. Makes Arma 3 videos. Mostly averaging below 500 views. Which, hey, like, I ain't knocking that. Most of my videos average below 500 views. No smoke, man. Interesting to see Arma 3 showing up in Wes Watson's Defenders. Because, like I said, he sounds very angry boomer yelling at the kids. Arma 3 showing up is kind of interesting. And it's all, like, real... Let me check it out. See what kind of content we're dealing with.
And we respawn again. Do you play single player and wish that you could respawn like you can in multiplayer? Well, now you can. Respawn in single player. We're gonna do
okay, I think we've got the gist of what the video is, but again, it's boomer dad content, and like that's not a bad thing. Like, dude, Gunter, I wish you the best in hitting that boomer dad Arma 3 playing demographic. But it's interesting that's showing up in Wes Watson's fan base so early. Since I started listening to this man, now I train 3 hours every day, run uphill 10 times, lost 20 pounds of fat getting ripped, and am 48 years old. Arma 3 player. Me fam and this man inspired me. Thanks, Mr. Watson. Cancel me if you want. Wes Watson is exactly what society needs today. Even though I'm not him, haven't lived his life, damn, you just love to see the man win after all he been through. Go big dub. Okay, these are all from 2 years ago. Let's try to see some newer ones. We got his newest comment on this video. Again, this is the video on his homepage, and the newest comment is from 4 months ago. Appreciate the 2-day motivation. You're right about what ifs. Then one 6 months ago, say what you will about Wes, but the message is clear. Man up, train, eat clean, and be a real man. See, 7 months ago, people don't realize exercise is also more spiritual than physical. Yeah, a lot of big fans here in the recent months. I mean, can't knock that. Oh, only 9 months ago was that comment about him being Liver King 2.0. Let's check out his actual channel. And again, I'm going to go based off, I mean, my channel isn't big, so I'm not going to sit here and try to, like, shit all over his views. Because, hey, I haven't found the success that he has. But I am going to try to compare him to what his subscriber count is. And, you know, man's not really even breaking 30,000 views. Over 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, but not even breaking, like, 30,000 views at all. Mostly like 12, 17, 13, 11. He's hovering right around that like 12,000 view mark, which is interesting. Like he's 12,000 views is like almost exactly what he's doing. Here's an 8.7. Yeah, he's barely getting close. He's sometimes getting close to 30 on a channel with 500,000 subscribers. Honestly, that's not great. I mean, you can obviously see there might be some repetition in his content here from this just big brick of literally all the same thumbnails. Even his hand gestures are almost exactly the same in a lot of these. Seems like maybe he should probably start revamping some of his content, doing something new. Let's check some of them out, though. Which one has the most? This one has 18. Your habits change you.
In life, things are going to happen that are out of your fucking control. But your daily habits, who the fuck you're creating right now that's sitting in front of me, that's completely under your control no matter what the fuck is going in your life. That's why I say ripped, rich, rare, motherfucker. Because it's so fucking rare. Most people
Ripped,
chase
rich,
one or the
rare.
other.
It's an interesting combination. So that's his big thing. Ripped, rich, rare. I mean, you can't prevent being rare, but I suppose you can get those first two. Let's see if we see that reiterated in his comment section. I feel like we've gotten the gist of this. Zero. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, zero comments? Wait, comments aren't blocked. It's literally zero comments. Wait. What? What? Wait, what? Join the movement, obviously, is his course. Subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Other links, nothing really else. Okay, interesting. So he has 1,200 likes, 1,000 dislikes, which, no smoke. I mean, as far as ratios go, that could be a lot worse. But zero comments? That's interesting. Let's check out some of the other ones. I wonder if they have comments. Oh, people are still getting mad at me when my Baldur's Gate 3 review, so I'm getting notifications about it, but that's so interesting. Let's just keep looking at this block right here. What is the next most views? So we just looked at this one that has 18,000. Here's another one with 18. Listen up.
So you guys, it's so crazy when people don't realize anything that their conscience is calling them to do, they need to just have faith and do.
Why do you have no comments?
People think that it's ego-driven to do certain.
Wait, look at his ratio again. Hey, look, and again, I'm not, ratios can be deceiving. I mean, fuck, I just got roasted for my last review, but this has 1,000 likes, 2,000 dislikes, 0 comments? How? How do you even do that? How do you even do that? Not even the trolls commented? Like, he must have... Was it just trolls commenting? He deleted all of them? There weren't even, like, a couple of fans? Because the comments aren't turned off. How do you do that? How do you do that?
Your conscience is calling to do certain things that has a deeper meaning than just whether your ego supports it or not. And a lot of you guys don't understand that it's so crazy, it's going to fuck your brain up. Some of you guys don't get that even the materialistic things that you would want, you won't buy them out of ego. But you would think someone would only buy them out of ego. You're being called from within to maybe get a better place, get a nicer car, start to dress better, get physically fit.
All good things for young men.
You've been told that this is superficial or materialistic, but if it's a call from within, it could be a part of your path. Buying that car could have you meet that girl. Buying that car could have you meet some friends. Buying that car could have you meet a business partner that would change the trajectory of your life. But you guys always would, the people who are afraid to make these choices think that's ego or materialism, but it's just a call from within. You can't.
So, shocking though this may seem as a turn in this video, I am going to take a second to defend what Watson is actually saying here. He's not wrong that a lot of young men do think that leveling themselves up, going from teenage boy in aesthetic and mentality to man is, you know, almost like they adopt a sort of too cool to try attitude. So he's not wrong about some of that, but you know, that is one of the big issues afflicting young men, and you know, the whole red pill stuff has impacted on that. Andrew Tate. But if there was anyone to learn how to dress, what car to drive, financial advice, it would not be Wes Watson to learn that from, which is interesting. And also, again, most of his audience I've seen is all like older. Again, and it's not a bad thing. I'm just stating the demographic. It's all like older dudes who like to see rants about the kids these days. Assuming anyone's watching at all. Seriously, 0 comments? That's wild. How does that happen? That's just wild. Okay, hang on. So we're still looking at these. We just looked at Listen Up. I'm caring about God's work. Okay, let's check out one that's a little more Christian-oriented. Let's see.
The masses agree with you. If the masses tell you you're on the right path, if the masses have your back and believe in you, you best believe you're on the wrong path.
Before we even go on, I find it hilarious that about his ratio here, that he has 850, 0 comments, 0, 12,000 views a month ago, 852 likes, 857 dislikes. Someone is very invested in making sure he has more dislikes than likes. I don't know if it's a troll farm, I don't know if it's an individual who's programming a bot, but someone is very invested in him having bad ratios. Somebody is.
The only man that's going to elevate massively in our time is a disruptor. If you're
There's truth in that.
Of the masses, you're part of the problem. The fakeness, the lack of authenticity, the placating of the masses for gain. You motherfuckers tell people what they want to hear and lie just to get them to give you what you want, just to benefit yourself. That's one thing Wes Watson never did. Do you?
Okay, so again, it's like he's not wrong about some things, about where he is, you know, having just come out of watching like the Too Lazy to Try video and a lot of the other videos dunking on him, gadooshing on him. Wes does have more of a grip on the zeitgeist than I would have thought watching those like Takedown videos. He seems to understand, like, identifying the lack of authenticity being one of the key factors in the current decay of social media. You know, that's true. He has that. But then he's engaging in all the same red pill grifting that helped to get the zeitgeist, especially surrounding young men, to where it is in the first place. So it's like you're engaging in the problem, but you're also acknowledging it. But I guess that's all a lot of grifters do that, don't they? I mean, I guess a lot of them will do that. Not that I am saying he is a grifter, but I am saying that in my opinion, some of his actions do somewhat represent what some might consider grifting behavior. Of course. And again, 0 comments. How does that happen, Wes? What happened? Looks like he has 2 main styles of content. One, the very highly edited, looks like more flexer type content. Let's check it out. Yeah, this is where all the editing comes in.
Make me look good, Clint. Kind of ugly. Like, I realize I need some new teeth, so please buy some packages.
That's how you make money as an editor. You don't get hired by somebody to do like actual projects. You have the equipment, you have the know-how, and you get rich assholes to buy packages from you. It's kind of like even where Hollywood is and why they don't have any talent anymore. You know, they're not interested in developing talent from the ground up. They're interested in finding people who have money and getting them to pay to use their expertise. It's kind of ruining a lot of artistic genres in general, including editing.
Or the Urus, but you know,
they didn't even mic him.
Up to Boxer, we're in, dropping our phones everywhere. Oh.
So a bunch of the music in this is copyrighted, so I'm gonna just play it on mute. But I feel like I can pretty much give you the gist here. So looks like his second style of content is flexing, with a shitty special effect over him. Here is his video editor, who I actually kind of want to check out later at some point. It's an ugly-ass car. Ugly-ass car. And I love that Wes surrounds himself with guys who look like him. It's like Wes Watson and the Les Watsons. I mean, this looks like Oz. I think this scene was taken from Oz, like the HBO show. I mean, I'm expecting J.K. Simmons to walk on screen. And, like, it's pretty much just a music video of them working out. His hot girlfriend with her big fake tits. I mean, a fake ass too. Wow, okay, man. That's pretty much it. Oh, Wes. Oh, Wes. I mean, hey, good for you, man. I'm happy for you. You got all the money and the girl. Congratulations. It's good for you. He's giving some kind of speech. He's still not mic'd. It's great. So he's got, like I said, two main styles of content. The super edited. Looks like he's buying packages from... Who's his video editor? Let me take a look. Zunwen Video Marketing. Wait, this dude? This dude is doing Wes Watson's content?
I'm here at Empower Miami, the Women's Health Seminar of Miami, with more than 200 women.
This is the guy doing Wes Watson's content?
Their health.
It's quite the mix of clientele. Candid footage of Kevin O'Leary. Okay. Let's go through his stories. We're doing this now. Let's see what we can find. Hey, good for Kevin.
My name is Bina Bendel. I have 3 beautiful children, and they all are on the spectrum, so they all are autistic and have ADHD. I was a real-life nurse, and I decided to quit because of burnout. I was burnt out over the past 8.
So we got these two claw, and actually a little bit more stuff for the little video we're filming, but for the ad. Look at this. Look at these props. $74. Got more props. Yeah, look at it.
Can I see the video where you use those claws? I'm so curious. What is that?
It's hella funny.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're a man who wants to make, like, you know, lifestyle content and gym content and all the red pill stuff, like, this is it. This is how it happens. You get a video, you hire a video editing service, you buy a package, they go out and buy crab claws and expensive liquor and put on a table in front of you to film you on a beach in Miami. Man, it's so weird seeing it from the other side. That's it, though. But I mean, that's it. That's what it is. That's ultimately what it is. This is it. Oh my god. This is it. This is how Wes Watson's sausage gets made. Celsius. Of course. I wonder if he got paid for that.
We live in a free country, full of slaves. The poor are slaves to their excuses and delusions. The depressed are slaves to their selfishness and entitlement.
This is the kind of lame shit they'd have in Miami. Chop up a part of an airliner and put it in the... Oh, this is another story about it. Wow, I got to visit a chopped up plane. It's now a coffee shop. That's cool. Sorry, I don't mean to dunk on this dude specifically, but this is interesting. This is the guy who sells the editing packages to Wes Watson, who is also doing Supermom. I mean, that's the grift, though. Like, you find rich assholes who think they have a story people want, and then, like, that's the grift, though. That's what editing has become online. That's where social media is right now. You know, the biggest players, you want to be these behind-the-scenes guys going out, finding losers who think they have an interesting story and getting them and putting them on camera and making them look professional. You know, that's locked in with Saratoga Water. He must be sponsored by them or something. Growth content. Yeah, doing stuff. Helping these people helping these guys put together their... Oh my god, content yachting. Yeah, but this is where that red pill shit comes from. Meanwhile, at the exact same time, helping, you know, again, fucking Supermom here. Or helping the, what was that first one? Fem Center.
I'm here at Empower Miami.
This is fucking wild. This is why the internet is so shit right now. Sorry, I don't mean to blame this guy personally. It's just like, this is what's fucking wrong. It's like, everybody thinks they got a fucking story. It's all a bunch of rich assholes.
At that time, the only thing that I could say is God was just pushing me.
Rich assholes who can afford to make content like this.
Because it was all-out war at those times. You gotta think of, like, the temperament of society.
Yeah, sure, man. Sorry, this is a video about Wes Watson, but I feel like this could be its own, like, deep dive. Just for the sake of looking... though, let's look at his most popular, not his newest. What was it? Prison Gangs. So, man, this was 5 years ago, man. Him just talking about prison in almost exactly the same. Man, this is where he got that... This is where he got the pose from. He's recreating the exact same pose in a new environment, which is so interesting. Let's take a look. What's up with the audio?
When you're a fish and you roll up to CDC.
Where's fish? Where's fish? I don't want fish. I want to go home. I want my mother.
When you roll up as a fish, as a new booty, you're a new inmate, you come rolling in, they give you your bedroll, they give you your toothbrush, they give you your fish kit, they give you all the small shit that you get as an inmate as you arrive. You get your mat, you get your pillow, it's a small one, and you come rolling up. They used to have these big old blue, nice mats that were actually comfortable, but then they switched over back to the super shitty ones that just feel like shit, you're laying on nothing.
So this is interesting. So a lot of it seems to be, it's like him dispelling rumors about prison, which is cool content. Like, I like that idea. That's excellent. Let's check the comment. 6,000 comments. Again, you know, a couple of years, but still. Made my son watch this. Now he's ready for kindergarten and public school. I'm gonna go ahead and just stay out of prison. When Wes goes to sleep, his neighbors wake up and keep guard. This convo all started when the waitress asked Wes if he wanted to hear the lunch specials. I mean, even at the time, a few years ago, you already had people kind of clowning that he's overly serious. He's kind of over the top and overly intense. Which you expect. Wes is too intense. So, when Wes downloads software, it accepts his terms and conditions. Well, that's interesting. That's an interesting swap as far as the mentality. You know, you see how, at least at the time, when he was making this content, people were like, his intensity was kind of an asset. People still thought of him as like, oh, but he's like, yeah, he's roided up and he's crazy, but like, he's also like actually been to prison, and like, you had to give him a certain degree of respect. Feels like that's pretty much fallen off now, and now that that's gone, he's literally trying to make exactly the same content with almost exactly the same pose at almost exactly the same table. But it's just not interesting. It doesn't have that edge of, oh, you've actually gone to prison. Now you're some dude in Miami or in San Diego or wherever the hell he lives who's just, you know, you're just some guy. No one really cares. He's trying to market himself as, I'm Wes Watson. No, like, you were a guy who actually went to prison and wanted to dispel rumors. And, you know, the very first comment, you know, again here is, made my son watch this, you know, to Scared Straight kind of stuff. Now, you know, oh, it's another 1.6 million views. Prison, first day in. It looks like a lot of the most popular are, you know, things like that. Yeah, it's all about prison. That's all. It's everything's from 5 years ago. Everything's all about prison. He broke 1 million views. A lot. Like, he had a lot of videos over 1 million views. This is actually genuinely impressive stuff. Or was, I guess. Let's check out his actual website. I'm curious. The very first thing that we see. Terrible echo. And we start with a loading screen. Why didn't you just have have YouTube on here? Why isn't this your video on your homepage on YouTube?
Not feeling like it should. There's something missing. It's deep.
So I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'm going to go ahead and take a watch and then cut it. Because I feel like he's going to use this as an excuse to, like, take down my video, you know, which could potentially happen. So I'm going to watch it on my own. I'm going to come back and tell you guys. Okay, I think that's enough. So it's a marketing strategy. It's a sales pitch, as you can probably guess. and he flexes about getting a fireman who made $14,000 a month to invest $7,500 with Wes, and allegedly that fireman has now made $6-point-something million 2.5 years later. I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of pitches like these. It's interesting. Let's keep taking a scroll. You know, these course programs, they sucker in so many men who want to do better with their lives, and I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan, personally. I made myself a multimillionaire by selling the exact process that saved me. He calls himself Wes Watson, CEO of Watson Fit. Okay. I mean, sad reality, you want me to actually, like, dissect exactly what happened to Wes Watson, exactly who he is? I mean, regardless, putting aside, you know, all the takedown stuff and, you know, the funny and the jokes and the, you know, SD stuff. I mean, ultimately, he's a guy who blew up making videos about having gone to prison. A few years later, he's selling a course, trying to capitalize on that fading fame as best he can, and trying to overcompensate for the fact that his fame is gone pretty much by crashing out, doing crazy shit online. You know, it's nothing more complicated than that. Sucks. Terrible to see. Especially because I do think that, you know, there have been a couple of times he's had some pretty good insights as far as where the zeitgeist is, where social media is, but he should pivot to doing something people want to see, not trying to sell these courses and crap. Let's check his Instagram. I'm curious. Terrible head tattoo.
I want people to admire me. I want people to fucking speak to me. I want to have connection with people. It probably comes from the fact that I was disconnected from people for so long, and I craved that connection with real people.
I think Wes Watson just wants friends, guys. I know, I don't know if that comes across better or worse, but I think he just wants friends. Like, I think all he ever really wanted was just a Team 10 that he could hang with and make a decent living having on social media alongside him. And that's really it. If only he were a better person, I would actually feel bad for him. A man should never try to be liked. Through his conduct and his character, he demands respect, which is only seen by other men who are respected. Everything is earned. I mean, this is, I think, why a lot of this content ends up getting more traction than it does, because it does acknowledge something about masculinity that is missing from mainstream media and even social media. So there's a truth in a sort of way in which men speak and earn each other's respect that I think he taps into, that I think is worth mentioning, and it's why Wes can continue to have even any relevancy, is because he is hitting at a, regardless of, again, whether or not you like him, he is hitting an untapped, well, not an untapped market, but an undertapped market, you know, the male demographic, by speaking to men's issues in a way that is exclusively to men, by men, for men. But he's really shitty about it, and he's a really shitty person, so I can't give him any credit. I mean, good for you, man. The girl's cute. I'll give you that. You don't, I don't know, don't need to pull a Kanye West and use her like an object.
God would not let me not take care of her.
You for sure connected.
Yeah, well, the whole thing is I'm not attracted to anyone else.
That's a piece that keeps power couples who are called to do God's work, souls together.
That's
supposed
what
to
I
do
believe.
something together.
I don't really connect with people. I connect with God, and He tells me what to do. I'm told to serve and take care of these girls. I know,
but you can't get away from the one woman, the queen, who's been called into the kingdom either.
Yeah, like there's a reason why.
Angie is so hot, I'm proud to be with her. And yes, do I even have to say it, she's not a dumb party bitch. Most guys never speak about or show their lady on Instagram. Yeah, they do. Because she's busted and they're embarrassed. They're settling. It's all good, though. They settle in most areas. A man at my level chooses. That's the difference. If you really want me to say it, a stepfather chooses to be a father when most of your kids were honestly mistakes. It is what it is. What an interesting thing to say from a... I know he's not, like, officially red pill, but isn't that, like, really, really taboo in, like, the men's content world, admitting that you like being a stepfather? I'll give him that. That's bold. It's also okay for him to want to have his own kids, potentially. I also find it interesting, he says, settle in most areas. Because he's talked about that before. some of the videos that we saw about how, like, getting out of your area is the most important thing, and, like, finding people from other places, like people who think like I do from all over the world, like you're assembling like the fucking Megazord or something like that. It's interesting. I mean, he has a super pretty wife. Not wife, I think she's just like his girlfriend that he pays to be around him and shake her ass. And I mean, I don't want to say she's a dumb party bitch either, but like, Wes, you're the one who's doing that. You're the one who's putting, this is on your Instagram. This is your Instagram, Wes. Hot mom, takes care of her body, has amazing energy and dresses cool. Doesn't party or do drugs. Prioritizes growth and always been a highly desired woman. What the hell does prioritizing growth mean? I guess on social media? Is that the ultimate woman for Wes fans? Like a woman who doesn't party, but looks like a party girl, and anyone who looks at her says, yeah, she's probably a party girl, but is actually a mom, but is someone you can brag about on social media? What stuff has he been tagged in, though? Again, I want to try to find his fans. We got some small influencer content. I mean, it's good he's supporting the little guys who are trying to get out there. That's good. Skate shop. Good. I mean, yeah, it's fine. Ugly-ass sports cars. Is that Jack Doherty? God, that is the ugliest fucking car. Here we go. Here's something.
Adversity, so that when it does clear, that work ethic, that fucking ability to stay fucking focused when nothing's really going your way, you fly past everybody when that finally lifts. And there's just, the world is based off of contractions and expansion phases. And during the expansion phases, everyone's winning. But it's the guy who can keep working hard, even though shit's not working during the contraction phase, that builds the internal worth, the intrinsic value, to where when you get that sprinting again, when you start getting momentum again, you fly past everybody. And that's how I beat everybody. You're meant to work.
I mean, that's true. That's the thing. Like, Wes does identify that well, you know? Like, even now in social media, we're going through a cycle of creative destruction. He's right about that. He identifies something that's interesting, but man, does he not live up to it. I feel like that's just the biggest issue with male role models in general on social media these days. They capitalize on the fact that as men on social media, they're some of the only ones who can speak to men and speak to the world through the lens of men, but they don't live up to any of this. I mean, he talks about wanting to respect his woman and then uses her body like she's a puppet on social media. He talks about wanting to raise his daughters right and how he loves being a stepdad. And then there's all these allegations coming out about crazy shit. He's walking around naked and she's walking around naked around their house all the time. He's talking about how important it is to work hard while selling, you know, a multi-$1,000 course to people who can barely afford it, that if some stories potentially are to be believed, could be little more than a PDF document he emails to them for thousands of dollars in exchange. You know, it's or maybe get a repost on his social media platforms. That's really it. I mean, it's terrible. Like, it's just not. It's not even that I think I really like looking deeper into his stuff. I don't think his messaging is bad. It's everything he actually does. It's the fact that he's a shitty person in real life and doesn't live to a single one of the standards that he sets outside of the physical ones. All he really cares about is the being ripped part and having a hot girl part. And once he's got those, he's like, sort of let the rest just fall into place. Or at least he expects it to. I guess maybe he cares about the car. I guess that's something. Let me check his business coaching.
You know, not only did he help me financially, but physically, mentally, it was a game changer. Now I get to spend more time with my family. It was absolutely the best decision I made in my life. Let's fucking get it.
I think this is taken directly from his from his website that we were just on.
I've always had a vision for my life. I didn't know how to get there. I reached out to my mentor, my friend Wes Watson. He got me in the best shape of my life, got me the heaviest and leanest I've ever been, the strongest. Then he taught me a system, how to help the people that I wanted to help, how to follow my vision. By working with him, he taught me this system that built me to over 150 coaching clients. We pulled in over $130,000 in the last 5 months.
Wait, hang on.
I was at my
Wait. Hang on. Wes was your coach in how to be a coach? It's not that Wes coached you to... Okay, he did help you get the biggest and leanest, but he coached you on how to be a coach? That's always a red flag to look out for with these courses. It's like if someone is coaching you on how to be a coach yourself, if they are selling you the grift, not selling you success, if they're selling you a DIY kit, red flag, run, do not buy. Personally, in my opinion. Let me see.
And listen, take it from me. If you want to level up, you got to get around hitters. You got to put some skin in the fucking game. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Step up. We need.
Once again, I think these are screenshots that I saw on his actual website.
That he's brought in the last 7.5 months. When I was hit with the message from Kyle Superhuman Fathers Carnahan that said, Wes, I made $70K this month. We're going to blow this out the water. He's going to do $1 million this year because he has what? A set of nuts, and he'll show up every day. Click the link, hop on my coaching program, and let's build your online brand.
I don't know. I mean, I'll say, speaking as someone who's been struggling myself with online branding, it's tempting. I mean, I'm obviously no, but
now he has 2,300. All you got.
I want to say, like, this is what a lot of young men want to hear these days. This is it. I mean, this is what I think is dangerous and why I think it's important to look at this stuff, not just through the lens of like lol cow videos and yeah, he's crazy and yeah, the SD jokes, but you know, he's hitting a market of lost young men and older men too, I guess. I mean, we saw the Arma 3 videos. He's hitting a demographic of wayward men that's not being served any other way. This is that same guy.
I'm in Miami right now on vacation and still making an impact, still making money.
It's about finding rich people and getting them to pay you to give them pep talks. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's the whole shtick.
He's made $14K, but more importantly, helping, saving lives, and changing lives for greatness in Jamaica.
Oh, I can't even watch this crap anymore. Oh, this just hurts. I think his TikTok is pretty much his Instagram, just reposting. Man, I hope we can just finish this up. This is just terrible. And again, you know, I'm just sad at the fact that people that despite everything, he is still hitting a demographic that's underserved in social media right now. So he'll always continue to have at least some level of success, you know, until there's something to replace him and hit that market.
If you ain't tough enough, turn your life around, because guess what?
Oh, this is from back. This is from 5 years ago.
I wasn't tough enough. I had to force myself to be tough enough, and all that was 10 years of tears.
30,000, 200,000 every time his girl gets posted. 119,000. Well, actually, you know, we didn't check his comment section. Let's check his comment section.
And this is what every business.
Forgot to do that here. Let's see. A lot of fire emojis. That's okay. Your mindset is one of the favorite things about you. I realize I'm not a business guy. I love connecting with the people directly. I mean, it's a good mindset to be in if you want individual rich people to pay you massive amounts of money for pep talks. Who are you talking to? Oh, here he is in his own comment section. When you DM me from my program, it's from me. When you get a comment, it's me. When we hop on in calls, I'm the only one you speak to. Coaching is a business. The coach must always be present. Well, okay. I mean, that's good. Okay, him and hidden comments. Don't stop, bro. I share your page with all my boys here in Brooklyn. We need more real old school value men to teach others. And you talk some real shit. Who are you, JoJo 10 Jr.? Things will fuck you up. Your ego, bad circle, negativity, following the crowd, being materialistic. You're going to criticize being materialistic and follow Wes Watson? And bad addictions. You're going to criticize bad addictions and follow... Ah, yes. Stuff about Israel. All right. Shouldn't be surprised. All right. Anyway. Who checked on you today? Oh, man. Oh. Anyway, let's check his others. Here's the one with his girl. Ooh, yeah, it's a lot of fire emojis. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of fire emojis. That's... Thick girls need love too. Is she thick? I don't see any actual fans. Most hated and most blessed. That rice looks fire. Did you steam cook it or is it meal prepped? I think those are egg whites. Her baby daddy gotta be sick to his stomach. No competition at your level, homie. You're trying to compete with her baby daddy? Alright. I mean, it's his kids. No fat chicks allowed. All plastic chicks? What in the world? Fat chicks need loving too, homie. No fat chicks. I see an odd mix of she thick and no fat chicks allowed, which I find very interesting. Very interesting. That interview was the one that did like 400,000 views. Ah, here's his highest grossing. The video of his girlfriend in a bikini driving a sports car. Yeah, it's on Instagram is largely unsurprising. Good for them. Single moms in Miami are a different breed. She has those nice little moves. She bad as fuck, sexy, beautiful lady. You lucky. How fast she go. Yeah, I mean, it's all pretty... Seems like when he pops off, it's all pretty base. Not a whole lot of people who are going to buy the course, though. I mean, he's barely cracking 20, 10, sometimes 30,000 views on TikTok, which honestly, getting that on YouTube was more impressive. Only 5,000. How many subscribers does he have on TikTok? 12,000? Really? I've known people in my real life who had more subscribers on TikTok than that. That's interesting. But I mean, you know, it's not, it's probably not his target demographic, so it's not really surprising. Shouldn't.
Difficult life coming up. Difficult life. Play with the dog. Go to the gym. Shop. Eat wherever you want. Get chauffeured. None of these Latina girls in Miami have licenses. None of you guys do. You guys walk everywhere and Uber everywhere.
Man, his comment section on TikTok is brutal. Up you giving that dude his money back? Oh, next post gonna be how to fight like Wes Watson featuring 5 of his friends. Guess we're making TikTok videos from prison now, clown. 5'7"? Chump, punk. Just to think I thought a lot of you. Interesting. So there are some people who used to like him. What time does the pool guy show up, lover boy? He's getting roasted hard. He's getting roasted real hard in this. You know, and it's funny, there's an uptick in his views the last couple days, but like, I think it's just trolls coming in. Just before that, it was pretty consistently below 10,000 views. And it looks like he built a lot of his TikTok. Wow, he just looks the same in every single. I think you're having an issue with stale content. I think that might be a lot of your issue, Wes. What do you know? His biggest views came from his older videos. You know, this one got 200,000 views. About turning your life around. Let's check what the comment section says. Wes Watson's a scam. Facts, real gangsters, stay out of eyes laws. There's truth in that. Tough guy don't need to say they're tough and wonderful storyteller, but they're always one-sided. This was when he had potential. Only video you actually spit in game. I mean, it's kind of sad. You know, the more I'm looking at it, I think I'm done. I think I've got enough of Wes Watson. Let's do a wrap up here. It's kind of sad, honestly, to have to like see it because it seems like the internet at one point like had a lot of high hopes for Wes Watson. The more that I'm thinking about it. Again, you know, I wanted to get outside of like the Too Lazy to Try. I love Too Lazy to Try. Don't get me wrong. But I wanted to get out of that bubble, like really try to investigate some of this stuff. And man, like he's just some dude living in Miami or San Diego, taking out loans to afford editing packages by hacks who are selling to rich folk who just want to feel like social media kings and queens. I don't know. He comes across like, like any other business type guy that I feel like I see out on the street, driving some ridiculous sports car to and from his shitty office job. You know, that's what I see in Wes Watson, and it's sad because you can definitely, even to this day, you can absolutely see in his comment section and his fans those people who again are mostly like older guys. Not quite boomers, probably a little younger, like Gen X maybe, who seem to have memories of Wes Watson being better at one point. I'm almost kind of sad now. It's sad to see someone who does seem to have at least, who has a perspective on social media and on masculinity that is needed, but the only source of it, people that's available on social media now, is just these grifters. It's sad to see. But I'm getting a much more mixed feeling of Wes Watson. But don't let it fool you. It doesn't make him a good person. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna go play some Project Zomboid. I'll see you in the next one.